All right, good morning. Or whatever time you're watching this. Um, because I wasn't here on Tuesday after school, I wanted to make a video of how to do test corrections so that for students who want to do test corrections, you'll be able to have an opportunity and I still be able to work with pre-algebra. So, where X is the number of people, so people is the most important thing here because this is going to tell me this is discrete data. Okay, discrete because there's no such thing as half a person. So it's going to be discrete data. Seat on a bus that has a maximum seat capacity of 50. So no more than 50. So people is going to be independent. It's going to be X. And it's going to have less than or equal to 50 people. But because it's discrete data, this is going to be a list. Okay, so discrete, you're going to have a list. So it can't be this one. It's not real numbers because it's not half a number. And it's not this one because it's discrete. It must be a list. So this would be my correct answer. So you would have to write this out as the answer choice for number one. All right, number two. The graph shows a linear relationship between y, the number of tires, and x, the number of bicycles. Which two statements are true? So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to look up my domain. Okay, and domain is going to always be your x values. So I know my domain. I'm going to put D for domain. I'm going to put the brackets. It's going to be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So you're just listing all the x values. Okay, so I know off the back it's not going to be this one because it's dots. Okay, and then we're going to do my range. I'm going to do this in blue. And my range is going to be all the y values. So I'm going to do R. And we have 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, and 10. Okay, so now that I have my domain and range, I know that my domain is not going to be this one because it doesn't include 1. So I can cross this one out. This one, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This one seems right, so I'm going to check this one. That is the domain because that matches what I wrote. Then we have range, 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. That seems right. It's not going to be 1 because 1 wasn't listed, so that's wrong. And it's not going to be inequality. So the two correct answers are going to be the range and domain. Okay, and that's what you need to have listed out, or this is fine. 3, drag and drop the choices to each answer blank. So here, we have to do a drag and drop. And they're saying, what is a domain? So when I do this, I like to start by drawing arrows to the x-axis. And I know this is -7. So I'm going to write -7. All x values are greater than, and it's not going to be equal to because it's an open circle. We're going across the x-axis, and then we end at 4, and it's going to be less than or equal to 4. So then we're going to drag and drop here, -7, less than, x is here, greater than or equal to, and 4. So that's what that will look like. Right, next. What is the range? So the range is going to be different. So when I do range, I like to start here. And I know that all the y values are going to be greater than or equal to -3 because it's going on forever. So for my range, it starts at -3. It's going to be a closed circle because when you have a curve, it's going to be closed circle. And then all y values are greater than -3. So all real numbers are greater than or equal to 4. That's not going to be it because we're at 3. All y values are less than or equal to 6. That's not true. Okay. All y values are less than or equal to 9.5. Nope. All y values are greater than -3. That one would be correct. All right. This one was the most missed one. So the graph of a function shown below was a range of the function. So the first thing we have to do is we have to talk about the range. So we're drawing here to 5. And we see that all of our, so it's range, so range has to deal with our y values. All of our y values are going to be less than or equal to 5. Okay, so graph the function shown below the range. They're all going to be less than because it's an arrow. So now I'm going to choose. So range is y. All the y values. There's no... What? 5. Oh, I see. They did it backwards. See, that's one thing I don't like about this. So, but if I flipped it, it's y less than equal to 5. Okay? So all the y values are less than or equal to 5. So that's why this one is correct. Sorry for the pause. All right, 6. Drag and drop the correct answer choices for each of the bank. So right-hand inequality that best represents the part of the range. So range is the y-axis. So we start at 2. 2. All y values are greater than or equal to, but less than. There's no line because it's an open circle, 12. Okay, so this is going to be the range. So now we're going to put it together. We have 2 less than or equal to y, which is less than 12. Okay. 7. So this one, what is the value of 20 if we plug this in? So what we have to do is we could type this in our calculator. So I'm going to grab my calculator. I'm going to clear it out. And I'm going to click y equals. And I'm going to type this function here. So it's going to be 6 parentheses 2x plus 7, close the parentheses. And we have to see when x is at 20. So if I want to do that, I want to do second window. I'm going to type 20, and then I'm going to do second graph. And that tells me that if x is 20, my y value would be 282. Now I can also do it this way. So say if I'm more comfortable doing it this way, you can also do 6 parentheses 2 parentheses 20, close the parentheses, plus 7, close the parentheses, enter. And you get 282. The only thing I don't like about this is you have to be really careful with the parentheses. You have to make sure they're put in there perfectly, or it can totally mess up the answer. So that's why I choose to put in a y equals exactly how I see it, and then do second window, put 20 in, and then do second graph. Okay. Question 8. So this one is a doozy. So Mrs. Dawson wrote 3 functions on the board. Here they go. Which statements are true? So Mrs. Dawson wrote 3 functions on the board. So what we're going to do is we're going to grab our calculator, and we're going to plug this in. So I have y equals, and then we're going to do 2x squared minus 9x. And then I'm going to look for all of my f's. So I'm going to look at this one first. I'm going to do second window, and I'm going to plug in 3. And I'm going to do second graph. And that's not 9. It's -9. So I know this one is wrong. I'm going to do it again. I'm going to look at this one. I'm going to put 1/4. So I'm going to do second window. 1 divided by 4. And I'm going to do second graph. And I know this is negative. This is positive. Don't even have to convert it. It's wrong. All right, so now we're going to do our next function, which is, I'm going to do g because there's two of them. So we're going to do y equals, I'm going to clear this out, alpha x 2 over 5x minus 7. And then I'm going to do second window, and I'm going to put in 2. And I'm going to do second graph. And that doesn't equal -6. So I know this one's wrong. So I can cross this one out with it and put it right there. Then I'm going to do 1/2. So I'm going to do second window, 1 divided by 2, second graph. And I know this is, because I know that 4/5 is 0.8, I know this one would equal, so I know this one would be a right choice. All right, I'm going to get my thing up here again, and I'm going to do h. And h looks like this. -3x squared plus 10. And then we're going to do second window, -2. Then we do second graph. And that does equal -2, so that would be the answer. All right, 9. So which one is a function and not a function? So if it's a function, this one passes a vertical line test. If I put a vertical line through it, it would only hit it once. So this is a function. This one's not a function because if I put a vertical line through this, it would hit it more than one time. So it's not a function. This is a function because if I put a vertical line through it, it would only hit it once. So that's how that one works. And then 10. If the x value repeats, it is not a function. So we have 3.5, 4.3, 3.5, not a function. So I'm not going to click it. 21 over 5, 11 over 3, 9 over 2, 18. This one is a function. So I'm going to put a check mark by it. -4.7, 3.7, and 3.7. So this is not a function because the x values repeat here. Repeating x values here, repeating x values here. Then I'm look, square root of 17, 9, 8, 17. This is a function. Now we have 3 over 2. 3 over 2, these two x values repeat. So it is not a function, right? So your answer choices would be this one and this one. Oh, no, not that one. This one. All right, that's it. I hope this helps. Make sure you write these down. All right, and then turn them in, and I'll give you half credit for each one you fix. Thanks, and have a great day. Bye.